let's keep going over here. Let's take a look at the current market. Bitcoin, talking about that bullish case for Bitcoin. We are at a very pivotal moment here today. Why I say that is because tomorrow, Wednesday, 2 p.m., is the rate statement out of the Federal Reserve. A 50 basis point rate hike is expected. I suppose everything's on the table. They could put in a 75% basis hike. They could put in a 25%, I suppose, but 50 basis points is the expected rate hike tomorrow. Whether or not they begin a quantitative tightening program, I think that's something to watch. The market reaction could go one of two ways. I think it's also important first to mention we saw last night the Bank of Australia, they surprised the market by raising rates more than expected to 25 basis points. Now, what's interesting about that is possibly what that means is that right now the story, the narrative, the focus has been on the Federal Reserve and its tightening. It is possible, as we're looking at the ECB moving up its timeline for a rate hike, as we're looking at, you see the Bank of Australia and other central banks raising rates, that may catch up to where the projections are for the Federal Reserve and out of the United States of America. If that is the case, we may see actually a little bit of a weakening of the dollar. We're at a pivotal moment. Tomorrow, either, and I have no idea what is going to happen, either the markets are not going to like at all what Jay Powell has to say, and they're going to sell off and sell off. We're going to look at the equity markets in a second. I don't think Bitcoin would be immune. I think the question is, if that happens, is whether or not Bitcoin is able to hold that this channel support over here coming in around $35,000. That's only about a 7% drawdown from over here. Bitcoin has had many days where it has 10% drawdowns and things like that. That's about a 7% away. That's in play tomorrow. That's for sure in play tomorrow. The other thing that's in play tomorrow is that this becomes not a sell the rumor, sell the news type of event, but after tomorrow's FOMC, we do see a rally across risk and markets. I don't know. We have to follow price and be aware of what happens. Let's take a look at this, by the way. You all know this is 2022, the S&P 500 in blue over here. And you all know how much I've been watching what happens with those March lows. Let's get a look in real time over here, right, at those March lows. And you can see over here in yellow that we took that out on an intraday basis yesterday and closed above it. The markets are hanging on by a thread right now. Tomorrow's the FOMC. It makes or breaks what happens next.